Unscripted, unshackled, uncouth.
What you're about to hear is for more mature audiences only.
It's Miguel and Holly, Uncensored.
Hello and welcome to Miguel and Holly Uncensored. This is our off-air podcast that we do 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Make sure to check out our other podcast, Miguel and Holly Full Show Podcast, or if you go to the Miguel and Holly Instagram story in the next 24 hours, today is Monday, January 13th, you'll see the link for Miguel and Holly's grocery store playlist, a little segment we did this morning where we were saying how as millennials, the songs we grew up with are now bangers at the grocery store or Target.
Yes.
And we all added to the list, and you did too. And so I had a couple of messages of people being like, they put it on their little presets that you can now do on the new iHeartRadio app. So they're like, I'll be listening to this later today.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get into ChatGPT and how it has guessed our 2025s, I wanted to play this phone call to sort of discuss on the podcast. Was this real or was this fake? So the 9 o'clock hour on our show is when we do a lot of other like recording phone calls and other stuff that we do. And so we're not live on the air unless like it's the Friday chant or, you know, something extra spills over from the 8 o'clock hour.
Right.
But usually it's a replay from something happened earlier in the show. And today I was like, why is the phone ringing?
Because usually people don't call during the 9 o'clock.
Right. They're just they're usually, that's why we don't really do new stuff at 9, because you're at work and you're just half listening. You're not really invested, except for today, when we replayed a topic from the 7 o'clock hour about what is your irrational fear. And then we received this phone call that you can just hear all of us. And then at the very end, you'll hear Holly's true reaction when I hung up the phone call. Listen to what, and this is me saying, this is after I've been like, hits 96.1, Miguel and Holly, what's going on? They're like, I have an irrational fear. And then this is when he goes into it.
It's kind of stupid. It's bubble wrap. It's a bubble wrap.
Oh.
Oh. Well, I mean, that's kind of like the balloon one.
Yeah, all those little bubbles kind of freak me out.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that makes sense. I mean, what, like, are you afraid it's going to like suffocate you or something?
It's like whenever I open a box, I see all the bubble wrap. Like one time when I was a little kid, my brothers decided it'd be a good idea to wrap me in a bubble wrap like a burrito, and I couldn't get out, and I felt like suffocated. And it kind of stuck with me.
Oh.
I can imagine so. What's your name and what city do you live in?
My name's Vincent, and I live in Charlotte.
Awesome, Vincent. Thank you so much for listening. We appreciate it, and be careful of that bubble wrap next time you come across them. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye.
What the fuck was that?
Leave it to Holly.
Sorry, but you. Mm-mm.
I have a feeling this is the same guy who did the coughing attack and then hung up.
It could be. We could probably cross-reference the number.
I might say, did he say his name was Vincent?
Ooh.
That time?
He didn't say his name, I thought. Or like, he could always use a fake name. The reason why I'm
fake
so
number.
yeah, well, you could. It's a little bit tougher to use a fake number than a fake name, but you could. The reason why I think something was afoot is, now I know people that have interesting laughs. There's a guy that works in the building that was out at Stuff a Bus who, when he would laugh, I would be like,
Oh,
sir, that's not your real laugh.
that's not your real speaking voice.
But it was. So I do get that sometimes people's laughs are different.
Mm-hmm.
But just, it seemed just too much. Not to
Silly.
mention, the first reason he goes in about the bubble wrap is that the little bubbles freak him out. And then
Mhm.
Miguel, after you decided to take him in a direction, he had a story that somehow went in that same direction. And I'm just like, I call bullshit.
Oh, This is Holly.
I said we call him back.
Oh,
No, but why?
Not now.
But why? What the fuck was that? Sorry, I get angry. Like, you know, Miguel, how you feel about scammers and you think everything is a scam.
mhm.
That's how I feel about people like this that call the show. I'm like, there's no way. There's no way.
Light up.
I was trying to save his number.
Oh my gosh. So that happened after that. So that's the stuff that happens behind the scenes that you're just like, what in the actual world is happening right now?
What did they do while there's music on or while they're replaying a that
That's what's happening.
or
So
other things like that?
this morning we did one of my favorite topics we do at the beginning of the year. And it's always something I never plan. It's just always something that I come across. And then I'm like, yes, I get to bring this to the air. And in the past, it's been like, what was the top selling song when you were 14? Yeah. Whatever that is will determine what your year looks like.
Yeah.
And then Holly's always like, this is stupid.
It is stupid because I got like every rose has a thorn and I was like, fuck. And then one time I got the Macarena and I was like, okay, that's just silly. But then somebody in our company used it to try to make me look old. And I was just like, I don't like these. I don't like these.
So that's why this year I saw one that said, whatever the top grossing film was of the year you were born is how your year would come, how your year will play out. And then usually I try to like predict and interpret what that means.
Miguel is the interpreter. Like he's a little genie that reads your palm.
But then this year I was like, ooh, let's try ChatGPT and see if it even has an idea. And it was like, of course, I got your back. So here's what it actually did. I had to like really shorten it up on the air. But it actually, like for you, Holly, it gave 5 different headlines from the movie E.T., 1982. And so for like number 1, it said, building stronger connections. Just like the bond between E.T. and Elliot, 2025 might be a year where relationships, old and new, become even more meaningful. Holly might find herself leaning into family, friends, or even surprising connections. Number 2, embracing the unknown. E.T.'s all about navigating the unfamiliar with courage and kindness. Holly might step into new experiences or situations that feels a little alien at first, but turn out to be life-changing. Finding magic in the everyday. The film captures the wonder in small, everyday moments. For Holly, 2025 could be about slowing down, appreciating life's little joys, and rediscovering her sense of wonder.
Oh, I love wonder.
Overcoming challenges together. E.T.'s journey home isn't easy, but teamwork and love make it possible. Holly might face challenges in 2025 that require collaboration and leaning on others for support. And then finally, a year of heartwarming surprises. E.T. is packed with unexpected, heartwarming moments. Holly's 2025 could bring emotional surprises that leave her feeling deeply grateful and inspired.
Listen, that sounds lovely. I hope. I should aspire to those sorts of things.
Absolutely. So that is, according to ChatGPT, what 2025 will be like for you, Holly.
I'm here for it. I couldn't have put something together better for myself.
Kelvin,
yes.
1993 Jurassic Park. Number 1, unexpected surprises. Just like no one expected a theme park full of dinosaurs to go haywire, 2025 could bring unpredictable twists and turns. It might be the year to embrace the unexpected and stay on your toes. Big adventures. Jurassic Park is packed with exploration and wonder. This could mean an adventurous year ahead, full of opportunities to step out of your comfort zone and experience something incredible. Learning to adapt. The characters in the movie have to adapt quickly to survive. Producer Kelvin might face challenges in 2025 that require quick thinking and flexibility, but coming out on top will be incredibly rewarding. Respecting boundaries. Jurassic Park teaches us what happens when you push limits too far. Looking at you, genetic engineering. This might be a reminder to balance ambition with respect for boundaries, whether personal or professional. And then finally, a sense of wonder. The awe of seeing dinosaurs brought to life is a major theme. In 2025, your producer, Kelvin, might find moments of pure amazement, whether in relationships, career opportunities, or personal growth.
We're both in it for the wonder this year.
I see that. You
Mm.
know, Miguel, I hate to burst your bubble.
Mm-hmm.
But like, isn't this like an every year thing? Like, isn't like some of these say personal growth, some of these say adventure, dealing with challenge. Like, isn't this every year? Don't we always have to do this every single year?
Well, pretty much. But would you rather it say that than you're going to die this year?
It'd be interesting.
Well, yes.
It'd be well, yeah.
Well, yes.
And then mine was Back to the Future 1985. Nostalgia and reflection. The film delves into revisiting the past, suggesting that you may reconnect with old friends, revisit past experiences, or reflect on your personal history. And I 100% feel that. Being as I turned 40 this year,
Mhm.
I do feel myself sort of going back and just being like, let's reflect on the past 39 years so far. Innovative opportunities. With its futuristic gadgets and concepts, the movie hints at embracing new technologies or innovative ideas that could play a significant role in your life. And then personal growth. Marty's journey is also about self-discovery and growth, indicating that 2025 might be a year where you learn more about yourself and your capabilities. So I can see some of these being true. Now, here's one that I got from, let me see who suggested this. Was it Zinda? Someone said Tootsie.
Oh, I thought there were 2 Tootsies.
I think, yeah, two people had the same year.
Well, yeah, several people. Mm.
Someone said Tootsie on here.
Yeah, I don't know who it was.
But this says a year of transformation, just like Dustin Hoffman's character changed. Well, actually, Kelvin, do you know when we say Tootsie what that means?
No.
I'm sure no.
No.
That was even old for us.
Yes, 100. I've never seen it before. I just
Oh.
know
What year?
82.
82.
No, it wouldn't be 82 because mine's 82. Maybe 80 something else. When did Tootsie come out? It was one actually. Hold on. Maybe they didn't write it right.
December 17th.
Oh, they just said my name or my movie is Tootsie. They didn't say what year in their text.
But see, it also came out in 82. So it wouldn't have been the movie. What is it? The highest grossing?
Right. It would have been 83.
But I don't think it was the highest grossing movie. It's one of the highest grossing movies because when I Googled highest gross, I'll do it again. What is it? Highest grossing?
Mm-hmm.
Highest grossing movie of 1982. 1982. It has E.T. and then it says some other top grossing movies of 82 included Tootsie, Officer and a Gentleman,
Got it.
Rocky 3.
Yeah, it was a third highest grossing film.
Mm.
So fake news.
Maybe somebody did it wrong.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do well. If that is you, it says a year of transformation. Just like Dustin Hoffman character changes life by taking on a new role. 2025 could be a year of reinvention, learning to see life differently, embracing humor and change, finding strength and vulnerability, and proving everyone wrong.
I love proving everyone.
Holly said that's my favorite.
That's my favorite.
Zinda said my date of birth is 11/12/1974, and the box office hit that day was Earthquake. What does that mean for your 2025?
Go ahead.
A year of major shakeups. Just like the earthquake in the movie, 2025 could bring unexpected disruptions in your life, but these shakeups might clear the way for new opportunities and growth. Finding inner strength. The characters in Earthquake show incredible resilience in the face of chaos, rebuilding and reinvention. After the dust settles in the movie, it's all about rebuilding. Teamwork makes the dream work. Survival in Earthquake depends on people coming together. And then finally, appreciating stability. Living through an earthquake makes you appreciate the calm that follows. 2025 might teach you to value the steady, dependable aspects of your life even more. So there you go.
I think I figured out where the mishap happened. Is because when I saw how Zenda worded her text, Zenda, do you put in for the box office hit the day of your birthday?
Mm.
We used the year in
Mm.
general. So I think that person that did Tootsie probably looked at the number one movie at the box office
Right.
the day they were born
Mm.
instead of the box office hit of the year they were born. I think that's where we're getting the wires crossed. But regardless,
I might
does
just say,
it matter?
not at all. Not at
It would
all.
change mine. I don't know. I'm gonna stick with ET, I guess.
And then for the final one, I want to do Emma. She was Batman 1989, the Tim Burton one with Michael Keaton.
Mm.
Let's see what this says. I am sending this ChatGPT. They are working today.
I love it when ChatGPT is working so hard that it just goes slow.
Like that's
I'm
what
like,
it's doing right now. It's like
wow, yeah.
You've done overworked.
It's like, I can only do so much.
oh no, she's she's taking her time right now. She said, "Hold up. Give me a second."
Mhm.
All right, here we go. 1989 Batman. It's a story of courage, duality, and stepping into the spotlight to face challenges head on. One, stepping into your power, Emma. Just like Bruce Wayne transforms into Batman, 2025 could be your year to embrace your full potential. Facing challenges with courage, Batman is all about taking on villains and chaos with bravery. Balancing your duality. The film highlights the balance between Bruce Wayne's public life and his hidden identity. Building a trusted bat team. Even Batman doesn't work alone. He's got Alfred, Commissioner Gordon, and others in his corner. This year could be about your strengthening your support system and leaning on the people who always have your back. And then a year of unexpected twist. Gotham City's full of surprises, and so might your 2025. Expect some unexpected twists and turns that could lead you to exciting opportunities and thrilling adventures.
I feel like a lot of these are the same.
Mm.
We're all gonna have unexpected things,
Learn
some
to adapt.
adventures. We're gonna learn to adapt. We're going to keep our sense of wonder. Like, I feel like it has a fairly short list of things, but at the same time, I think those are all really good things
Mhm. And I
to
like
look
the
forward to.
building a trusted bat team
Ooh.
and balancing your duality. So those are
Mhm.
things that are unique to that movie. So if you how did I originally start this? If you go to ChatGPT, now I have a special ChatGPT that's made for radio.
How do you
But
add that?
I'll have to send you the link.
Yeah, you have to link, but
Mhm.
regular ChatGPT would do the same thing.
So what I originally said yesterday was, or this morning, I found a meme that says the top grossing film of the year you were born will indicate how your year will go. My year is 1985. What does that mean for my 2025?
And then
That's when it said Back to the Future, and then it gave me all of
it does its
mine,
thing.
and then it
And
started learning.
I feel like, 'cause trust me, I used to be very skeptical about ChatGPT. I was like, "I'm not using it.
Yes. Yes, you were.
I'm not doing it," because it takes me a minute. Okay.
Mhm.
So if this is you, we're all gonna have to bend the knee at some point. Just jump in. Go to just chatgpt.com. Like, you
Mhm.
don't have to download the app. You don't have to do anything crazy. It's like a search engine. So you just use Google or Safari or whatever it is, and you just chatgpt.com, and there's the box, and you can use it that way. You don't have to get super into it yet, you know.
Hold on. I'm gonna do one more for Teresa. Mary Poppins for 1964.
I bet there's gonna be an adventure.
Yes.
And then she said,
And
"Hold all the
heartwarming.
I
I bet it's gonna be heartwarming
And
and it's gonna be an
music.
adventure.
All
And room in your life to laugh.
right.
That's just me guessing what ChatGPT's gonna say.
Okay, I
No
think.
one's judging you, by the way.
What if it turns dark?
Oh,
Mary Poppins?
you know what? I could be like, what's a dark twist on all of these?
Oh,
Yes.
no.
All right. This says for you, Teresa, 1964 Mary Poppins, a year of unexpected magic. Just like Mary Poppins, when the Banks family needs her most, 2025 might bring unexpected moments of joy, help, or opportunity that make life feel a little more magical, embracing playfulness and fun. The film reminds us of the importance of play, imagination, and fun. In 2025, you might rediscover your inner child. Transforming relationships. Mary Poppins doesn't just care for the kids, she helps the whole Banks family grow closer. This could be the year for healing and strengthening family and personal relationships in surprising ways. Taking on challenges with grace. Mary Poppins handles every challenge with calm and poise. In 2025, you might be called to navigate life's ups and downs with a sense of grace and confidence. And finally, Teresa, a year of growth and learning. The film is full of lessons from financial responsibility to cherishing loved ones. 2025 might be a year where you learn important life lessons that lead to lasting personal growth.
That's right.
So there you go. Was that kind of on brand with what y'all were saying before?
No, a little different, but
A
also
little bit,
yes. Like
yeah.
a little. I think that
The inner
I mean,
child
what it's
part was
doing is
different.
just plugging in main themes of the movie to you, which we could any of us could do, but it's just easier for ChatGPT to do it. So that's good.
I'm gonna ask you to take a dark tone for Holly. Yours is 1982.
Yeah.
A dark tone for 1982's.
Why?
What movie was it? It was E.T.
It was E.T. It was all of 82. If we were going for just my day particularly, I think it was Raiders of the Lost Ark, which feels dark to me anyway. But anyway, yeah, the year long was E.T.
I want to see what this. That's so funny because E.T. came out in 82, but I was probably 4 or 5. And my mom said I used to watch that like every day when I got home from school. I would pop the tape in and watch it every day.
Do you remember it?
Yeah, I remember the
Yeah.
movie.
Okay.
Like there are some of the moments that like are just seared into my brain, to my consciousness from watching it growing up.
Yeah. I think I was gonna say there's a difference because we didn't have that much entertainment. So like when stuff came out on tape, which it was tape,
Mm-hmm.
and you bought that tape, you're gonna watch the tape. Okay. Like I
Mhm.
didn't discover because I was born in that year, but I don't think I discovered ET until I was about 5 or 6. And it scared me at first because this shit is scary. But after that, I started liking it a little bit more, but not certain parts. Like I had to leave the room when ET turned white.
Oh, that was
Carting
always
him
so
out, and they had
scary.
those giant tubes going into the house. I was like, "What the is going on here?"
Yes. Oh my
As a
God.
kid, I had no idea what was going on.
I don't remember E.T.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Did you see
Oh.
it? You maybe not have saw it.
I'm pretty sure I did. I think I did.
I kind of want to watch it again because I feel like that just gives so much nostalgia of like the 80s, like that sort of what they wanted Stranger Things to give you the feeling of the sense of adventure when you could still go outside and play and ride your bikes and be gone until the lights came on, the outside lights came on.
Mhm. That's what my fiance said Wicked is doing for him, which is probably the reason why he's watched it as many times as he has with me. I don't know. He likes musicals too, though. So, but yeah, he's like because I watched Wizard of Oz a lot when I was like 3, and the only reason I know I was that young because I'm like, you don't remember stuff when you're 3. It was because of the house we lived in. We moved out of that house when I was 4, but I would sit in the living room with my patent pink shoes on. They were pink patent leather, like fake, whatever, but they were pink. And they were the closest I could get to the ruby slippers. And I wore them and watched the movie all the time. And he said he used to watch it as a very little kid too. So watching Wicked, he's like, it just makes me feel like a kid watching Wizard of Oz. Movies do that. You should definitely watch E.T.
Yeah, it would be nice to sort of go down that rabbit hole. So Holly,
Oh God, here we go.
here's E.T. for your 2025 with a darker tone. Feeling out of place. Like E.T., you may feel isolated or as if you don't belong in certain areas of your life in 2025. This could be a year of questioning where you fit in and longing for connection while navigating unfamiliar territory.
I
2,
don't need that. I don't need any more of that.
She needs to hear.
struggles in communication.
Because I know she's gonna remember this.
I know,
over the
right?
one.
Not the positive one. Much of ET focuses on the difficulty of understanding and being understood. 2025 might bring miscommunication or challenges in expressing your emotions, leaving you feeling distant from those you care about. Separation and loss. The emotional core of the film is
Why did you do this?
a goodbye. 2025 could be a year of letting go, whether it's a relationship, a job, or even an idea you've clung to for too long. While painful, this separation could ultimately lead to growth. A fight for survival. E.T. faces physical and emotional trials to survive and return home. In 2025, you might face significant challenges that test your resilience and require you to fight for what matters most to you. And then finally, rediscovering hope after darkness. The darker moments in E.T. lead to profound growth and eventual reconnection. While 2025 might feel heavy at times, it also holds the promise of rediscovering hope and understanding your inner strength in the face of adversity.
I don't need any more adversity.
See, but I feel like though that's sort of what your 2025 is set up, because you has gone through adversity behind the scenes, and now you have this new path, and so maybe this is like 2025 is the year of understanding your inner strength.
Yeah. We're rooting for you, Holly.
Thanks.
So yeah, so there's your predictions for 2025 according to ChatGPT and the top grossing film of the year you were born.
I love
And you
that.
could do this at home for parties.
Yes.
At your own house.
How was everybody's weekend?
Good. Relaxing. What was the weekend? Oh, we went to go see this like Elton John impersonator cover band type thing. And when I had gotten my fiance tickets at Christmas, I thought he was going to be super excited, and he wasn't really that excited about it. But then the day came, it was Friday, we went, and it was actually really cool. It was a really cool experience. It was like watching Elton John in concert in like 1974. And that's how it was set up to be. And he was great, and his band was great. And he had such a cool story about this man is from like Scotland or England or something, and came over to Pinellas County, Florida, like 15 years ago, or maybe longer, and then just started like as a musician playing gigs around locally. Then he like fell into like doing this Elton John impersonation thing, was really good at it. And so he put his stuff on YouTube, and then he got a cease and desist letter from Elton John's actual lawyers. But then they actually reached out to him, and they were like, "Well, wait a minute. So you might be able to help us." Long story short, too late. Elton John did his farewell tour a couple of years ago, or last year or something, and the way that they wanted to present the tour was doing videos of old Elton John videos from, like, when Elton was in the '70s, but video didn't really exist back then, hardly ever. So they invited this guy, flew him out to Hollywood, and filmed all of Elton's early days using this guy. And so on the tour, all the videos that play in the background of young Elton are actually this guy. And so we got to meet him and do all this stuff. And so he's got all these like props and everything. So it was actually really cool. So that was a cool little like just getting out of the house and doing something a little different. And then took down all my Christmas stuff, which took the whole day, I feel like. It was an exhausting day, but I got all the Christmas stuff down. House looked normal again. And then what were we doing yesterday we weren't doing a lot. We were preparing because the Bucks were in the playoffs. They were playing last night at 8 PM. So we were like preparing all day for that. But I decided I'm getting myself some Legos. And I did. And I spent pretty much yesterday just doing Legos. And then periodically I would look over to my fiance and I'd be like, "It's okay that I'm doing this. Like, do you need something?" He's like, "No, do it." And then I get to like the next instruction part with the new bag and I'd be like, "I'm just gonna do one more." He's like, "Why are you just do the thing?" And so I really spent like the whole day doing that. And we did some meal prepping too, because we're both on this new diet. But it was super relaxing weekend and I loved zoning out and just enjoying the day. That's really what I did, was just do Legos. And doing Legos for me is it takes your mind off of things. It gives you a task to do with your hands and your mind, but it's not hard, but it does require focus and concentration, and it's just so relaxing. It's
Soothing.
almost meditative. Very soothing.
Did the Bucks win?
No.
Oh.
No, I went to bed at halftime because again, it was 8 PM game, so that sucked. But I went to bed at halftime, and then I woke up when he came to bed, and I looked at my phone. It was pretty silent. He was trying not to wake me up, and I looked, and it was 1 AM. And I'm like, and he was very quiet. And I was like, did they lose?
Mm.
He's like, yeah, they lost. I'm like, okay,
Oh.
okay. And they lost in like a really heartbreaking, like end of the game. It was tied, and
Mm.
the other team kicked a field goal, and it hit off the post, and it went in, and they won the
Oh,
last second. And I'm like,
yikes.
I was like, I'm so sorry. They didn't deserve that. So I just went back to bed.
That's probably best.
Yeah.
Wasn't a good night for Bucks fans.
I'm assuming we don't know who's going to the Super Bowl yet.
Not yet.
No,
We have a
okay.
couple more games have to be played. Playoff games need to be played.
Once the Panthers were out, I was like, I'm not paying any attention to it. I'm like, I don't know who anybody or anything is.
I won't now until the Super Bowl happens.
And Amy Gordon just asked, can you read my prediction for 1974? So there's a cap on how much you can use ChatGPT, and I just
told
hit it.
you. Yes.
Yeah, mine said
There is?
yes. It was like you can either upgrade to the pro version or you have to wait 30 minutes. So sorry, Amy.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I hit mine today. Kelvin, how was your weekend? What'd you do?
I didn't do much. We are doing this whole thing where we're not spending extra money on going out. Normally we love a good DoorDash night in and watch a movie, but we didn't even do that. We've been cooking. I fell in love with the snowfall. It was so cute. I felt like I was in a little Hallmark movie when it was going down. I had the same feelings that Miguel had once he stepped out of the radio station on Friday, and I was like, it started, and it was just fucking salt. So I thought that was pretty funny.
Which, by the way, I posted a video about that, Kelvin,
Mhm.
and so many. I was like, now, granted, I knew once I got to my car that it was salt, but I was like being playful about it, being like on my Instagram, like, is it snow or is it salt? You would have thought that I was like, what color is the sky? People were like, you fucking dumbass. Clearly it's salt. I'm like, y'all, this is supposed to be funny and lighthearted and like it's local, it's the weather.
But also, like,
No.
have you experienced snow that much?
No.
Enough to know that? No, like neither have I. So like,
I mean, because legit, when I did walk out, my first thought was, oh, damn, I didn't think that the snow was coming this early.
right.
But also, like, I mean, how much snow were they expecting that they salted that damn much?
No,
Like,
they-
truly.
They really did though. Like it was covered. It was crazy. And then when I went to my apartment complex, I was like, y'all just sprinkled it like sea salt. Like it didn't even look like they tried.
They like took a little bit of table salt. They're
Yeah,
like,
just
That's the thing, because I saw it. I mean, like, you're crunching on it, and I was like, I feel like the city even went a little overboard, considering how it was supposed to. 'Cause did it go away by Saturday afternoon, or did it warm up?
It went away and like the nighttime. It turned into to rain.
Well,
Right,
it also
so-
depends on where you were, because
Yeah.
because it was snowing and then it turned to sleet.
Right.
Because like our friend who has a hot tub was like, hey, if y'all want to come over, and like Friday afternoon, I'm like, well, that would be a cute moment, like for Instagram, like the snow and you're in the hot tub and the sun is setting. But then it turned to sleet, and I was like, I'm not gonna go sit in the hot tub with sleet coming down.
Yeah.
No. But then by like Saturday morning, it was sunny. So like points where the sun was shining, it melted. But then there were some parts, even by last night, that don't get a lot of sun that still had ice on it.
Yeah.
It was really cool. I woke up the next morning and I had to walk Jimbo. And of course, I was on my phone as I normally am. And I was going down a few, like literally 2 steps of stairs. And I slipped and fell right on my ass.
Oh my
It
God.
was so painful.
Ouch.
There was a man in the elevator with me who we didn't even acknowledge each other. We didn't even talk. I could tell that Jimbo's a big dog and he intimidates people quite often. So he was not giving us any attention. But I was walking and we were, of course, going the same direction. And I fell right behind him and he turned around and there was a language barrier. And then Jimbo tries to approach him. And I fell in a way where I landed on Jimbo in the sense of like my arm. My arm was just over Jimbo.
Yeah.
And so it was just an awkward way of getting back up.
Did the man try to help you up?
He did. He just stared at me. And then I was like, no, I'm fine. And then Jimbo tries to approach him. And then he backed away. It was just an uncomfortable situation.
Oh my
Overall.
God.
I'm in pain.
Oh no.
I
Where does it
literally-
hurt?
right, like on my left butt cheek. So like right here.
Oh wow. Do you have a bruise?
I don't know.
Hey guys, hold on a second.
Mhm.
The Maya school is calling me. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
I don't think I do. No.
Well, I'm about to say, you gonna show us your
No,
booty?
I don't think so. I don't. I've been looking at it, and of course, I made the big deal with Oscar, and I was like, please help me. But then I was fine later on in the day. It's still painful right now.
That's so awkward. Like, I'm trying to imagine because there are some big dogs in my neighborhood that people walk, and like if they had fallen and they had their dog on them, I don't know if I would approach them because, like, especially when your owner, like, my mind would immediately think that your dog is going to try to protect you, and you're already now in this like vulnerable position.
Yes.
And so then here I come towards you, and the dog would try to like
Jump.
it, and then
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have helped. Does that make me a bad person? I probably would have just kept. I would have been like, I'm sorry. Dogs freak me out. I'm sorry. I wouldn't have
While
helped.
my back's broken on the floor.
I'll be like, do you need me to call someone? I would offer my phone from a distance.
That'd be.
And did this man? He just walked away.
He literally just walked out. I was like, I'm fine. I'm fine. It's okay. Go ahead.
Did you draw any blood or anything, or is it just hurt?
No blood, but it just fucking hurts. Like I can't lay on that side of my body.
Oh.
I've been icing it. I've been Bengaying it. I don't even know what the point of Bengay is. It really doesn't do anything.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, it's really painful, and I understand now why so many old people just move to Florida. Like this shit is dangerous.
Right.
If you are on your not your last couple of years, but you know what I mean. Like
right. Your twilight of your years.
Correct. Why would you want to risk living in somewhere so cold, slipping and breaking your arm, breaking your back, your spine? Like even now being 30, I feel like I would have recovered by now being in my 20s. Like this shit sucks.
My mom fell this past week.
Oh.
As well. She like hurt her hand and stuff, and she was like, "Oh, it's more embarrassing than anything else." I'm like, "You ain't young anymore, girl. You better be careful where you stepping. Better watch yourself." What else did you do this weekend, Kelvin?
I could not tell you. We've been wedding planning, and then I was actually so grateful. Oscar has a really great fashion sense, and I always tell him, "Please dress me," and he's like, "No, like I don't." He's like, "I don't do that." And I'm like, you dress up fucking mannequins. Like, you know how to dress. But finally, I told him, hey, Coachella's coming up and I need help. Like, I don't think I'm going to be this super fashionista at Coachella and I'm going to stun with the outfits. But I want to have, one, new outfits.
Right.
And two, I do want to look sort of cool.
Right.
So he went online, ordered me some pants. Hopefully something goes in. We ordered a few things from Temu. For the wedding. So like we got like a cake topper sign that said like the Cordovas. What else? We're getting some biodegradable confetti poppers to use. Biodegradable, good for the environment.
We actually just watched a movie this weekend that takes place in the 60s, and they were like throwing rice at the people as they were walking out of the church. And like, isn't it that like rice explodes, makes pigeons?
It's like bad, I think. I don't know for the environment, but I think for animals to eat, I think it's bad. So I told him that. I was like, I don't want people throwing random stuff at us. It should be rice. And he's like, oh no, I don't think
no.
Hey, I have to go.
Oh, is Maya okay?
No, she's sick.
Okay. Got it.
And I was like, I told my fiance this. I was like, because she was at her dad's this weekend, and somehow, I don't know, half the time she comes home from his house that she's got something. I don't know how this happens. They go and do a lot more stuff than we ever do, though, so they're very adventurous. But apparently, she has a pretty high fever. So,
COVID. No, I'm just kidding.
That's why I was like, well, what is going on? I've been telling her to wash her hands, but I'm like, norovirus is out there, RSV, flu, COVID. There's so many things. And so I'm about to go dig out my COVID masks and just.
It's time.
Well, good luck.
Thanks. Sorry, I'm cutting it short, but
you're fine.
She appreciates it. Okay.
Bye.
Tell me about your weekend, girl.
Oh yeah. So what did I do? So Friday, like I said, we didn't end up going over to our friend Spencer's house because it was sleeting, and then it was just so cozy at the house when it was snowing, and I'm like, we may not get that again this year because it was just so nice to see the snow coming down. And so I baked some cookies and then we just watched some movies and made some little chicken tacos
And then
in bed by 11. Oh, girl. Oh my God.
Holly's out here. We could be inappropriate. I was cracking pepper.
Oh, do you think I'm gonna do that
You
after
were cracking
chicken
pepper?
No, not after chicken tacos, girl. That's gonna be bubbling. Yeah.
All right.
We were actually talking about that with some of our friends, how it was like we have very specific times. Just because, especially like when we're like right in between like eating healthy and like not. And so I'm like, all right, it's Friday night. Let's have some tacos. And then we have the salsa. You have queso. And, you know, as soon as all that hits the stomach, you'd be like, bloop, 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 bloop.
Got it.
But one of our friends, we were talking about this issue because they were like, did y'all, hey. And one of my friends was like, maybe there's something wrong with my digestive system, but I could eat it for 24 hours. I can still get it and be fine.
I mean, maybe they're taking fiber pills. Like you have to take something. You can't just have a natural body reaction,
right?
Of being ready. Let's just say that.
We've entered into gay man's talk, by the way. So
yes.
Most straight people don't have to deal with that.
Correct.
At all. So that is like completely out of their
world. Yeah.
Dialogue, what they talk about or what they do. So I just saw one person leave. They were like, woo, too much for me.
Sorry, girl. Ollie left. What can we talk about?
Right. So that was Friday night, and then Saturday,
heavy breathing.
I broke Moist January.
Wow. I'm surprised this wasn't on the show topic sheet.
I know. We didn't have time. And
why? How? Was it worth it?
Not really. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. I kind of regret it, but then I kind of don't. So what happened is we were supposed to go to brunch on Saturday, but this time of year when we're doing Moist January, we don't drink for the first like 2 or 3 weekends of January. We wait until MLK weekend because we have some friends visiting.
Right.
And then it's our anniversary, so then we drink, at dinner for that. And then it sort of resets our relationship with alcohol where we don't drink during the week. We just save it for the weekends. And so this was like the next weekend where we were supposed to so Friday night, we didn't drink. I woke up Saturday morning. I did a 45-minute Peloton ride. I did a 20-minute stretch. I was like, I am health.
You're every woman.
Yes, honey. I was feeling it. And so then we had some friends that were like, let's go to brunch. Well, they had a little bit of a bender Friday night, and they had been out, and then they woke up feeling it, and they were like, let's party. And I was like, so y'all, we're not going to drink. Abe and I are going to come. We can pick y'all up because y'all are still drunk. We'll take you to brunch, and then we'll drop you off, and we'll be done. It was just so chaotic. I was like, Abe and I were like, we have to just have, because, their energy was like 10. And we had like a very calm
right.
Saturday morning. And so then when they got in the car, it was like, boop, 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 boop. And we were like, oh my God.
And see, I wish I had friends like that.
No.
My God. My friends are like, so we're going to stay in and watch, play games.
I
want to go out. I want a chaotic text. I want yo, let's get ready for brunch. Get ready. I'm picking you up. Let's go.
No, see, you don't, because then it was like, we would have had a perfectly sober Saturday. And so we got to Haberdish Saturday, and the friends are like, we're gonna do a bottle of champagne. I'm gonna do an espresso martini. And then another friend showed up and was like, well, it's Moist January. They're already drinking, so I'll have a espresso martini. And Abe and I were like, if you can't beat them, join them.
Damn.
So I had mimosas. He had a whiskey drink. He only had one because then we were driving. And then I split a bottle with somebody. So then we ended up at our friend's hot tub in the cold drinking. And so then it was just,
That sounds like it was pretty worth it. I don't know. I fucking love Haberdish.
it was, I mean, it was
And a hot tub.
it was great. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like being in a hot tub when it's cold, but I will say, thankfully, we left when the sun set. And so we didn't drink all day. We didn't go out. We weren't drunk by any means. It was just a nice, like, cold hot tub
Casual
buzz.
sip.
Yeah. So
It
it
was
was
amazing. That sounds like it was worth it.
it was great. But I just feel like when I woke up this morning, like I was still a little tired. Like I'm not hungover
Mhm.
because we didn't get drunk and we didn't go out. But I still was kind of like, man, I wanted to like make it through 3 weekends to be like, haha, we did it. But yesterday when I made my soup, Abe was like, man, I really want a glass of wine with this.
Delicious.
I really want a glass of wine.
Mhm.
But we didn't.
Okay.
We abstained.
I mean, it's still better than your February that's coming up. And your March, and
Right.
your April, and your
Okay,
May,
Vince,
June, and
okay.
July. So we'll take it.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know what? The whole point of it is to reestablish your relationship with alcohol. And so we didn't drink last night. We're not drinking this week. And so we'll wait till our friends get here on Friday. So I was like, this is good. This is what moist January is all about.
Okay.
So it was nice. So Saturday or Sunday, I woke up, made some breakfast tacos. And then we just watched movies all day. So it was fantastic.
I was tempted too throughout this weekend because if I'm not eating out, I'm not drinking. Let me take a little puff. Like one puff won't hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I am liking. It's only been a few weeks, but I feel clear. I feel like my mind is clear. I feel like I'm more focused on my goals. I'm not snacking as much. So I've been pretty good being sober this month. But there is temptation there, so I totally understand. Like I don't know if I'm surrounded by friends and everyone's doing it. Yeah, I could probably understand getting a little puff. Like, oh, I'll join you guys for a little bit. But no, I've been pretty good so far with this dry January.
Now, with my friends coming into town, because usually you'll come around for a couple of times.
Yeah.
Will you drink or partake this weekend?
You know that I don't care about drinking. Like the only time I drink around you is because you have already bought the tab and I'm like, all right, fine, sounds good. So I don't really care to. I'm fine. And I love when your friends are in town. So I don't need any of that. And also I don't think your friends are big potheads either. So
No.
I don't think I'm gonna be that tempted. But I don't know, maybe. Who knows? I don't know.
Calvin gonna be getting it this weekend,
I
y'all.
don't know, but I'll be there.
Yes. All right. If you want to catch up with Holly, and I'm sure she'll be posting about how Maya's feeling, go to @Radio Holly on Instagram and Threads. Kelvin, how can people find you on social media?
At Kelvin Live, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and anywhere else that you may find me.
Yeah. And where's that?
I don't know.
Okay.
xxnx.com.
Oh, wow.
Just kidding.
Take that out.
Don't search that out.
Take that out.
Don't search that, everybody.
Mine is at Miguel Fuller. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, I guess until Sunday when they shut it down.
Shut it down.
And then also on Threads as well. We will see you back here on Wednesday